can't wait so we can break apart the
Hello everyone, and this is Family Skills Time, and in this video we are gonna be continuing on Captain Underpants chapter 16. So let's get started. But before we start, I'm very sorry for the delay that we haven't been uploading. It's not because we were having a break, because we were uploading our private videos. So yeah, so that's what happens. So I'll see you in the video. So let's get started. We left off at chapter 16, which is where we are at. So I'm gonna reread it just to give you when we were up to and give you an idea. So, chapter 16, the assault of the equally evil lunchroom zombie nerds. George and Hal had barely caught their breath when Captain Underpants finally showed up. Tra-la-la-la-la-la, he said, I'm here to fight for truth, justice, and all that is pretty, shrug, and cottony. Where were you back in chapter 16 when we needed you? Asked George. I was at the shoe store ordering a cheeseburger, said Captain Underpants. Oh, God. While our three heroes were talking, nobody noticed that Zorg's, Klax, and Jennifer had slithered away. The wounded space guys approached the lunchroom loudspeakers and called for their evil zombie nerds. Zombie nerds! Instructed Jennifer. Destroy Captain Underpants and his little friends too. Soon every evil zombie nerd in the entire school put down their Omni magazines and headed for the cafeteria. Must destroy Underpants, they groaned. Must destroy Captain Underpants. Suddenly, our three heroes were surrounded by evil victors, zombie nerds. Closer and closer they came. Oh no, cried George. What do we do now? To the underwear cave, shouted Captain Underpants. There is no underwear cave, said Harold. Really? Said Captain Underpants. Well, let's just climb up that ladder instead. George, Harold, and Captain Underpants scurried up the ladder, and soon they were all on the roof. Well, we're safe now, said Harold. Yup, said George. That's for sure, said Captain Underpants. Oh yeah? It didn't take long before George, Harold, and Captain Underpants looked behind them. Hey, said Harold, what's that big spaceship thingy doing on the roof of the school? That's what exactly that didn't even said when it was like chapter 4 something like that. And where did that super evil, rapidly growing dandelion came from? Oh well, asked Captain Underpants. George and Hal gasped. They looked at each other with the sudden panicked realization that only children who have accidentally created a giant mutant garden nuisance would know. Stammered George. We have no idea how that happened. Yeah, said Harold. Absolutely no idea at all. At the moment, the door to the roof swung open. Zorks poked his evil head out and shouted, We've got you now. With no place else to run, our three heroes quickly scurried up the ladder of the big spaceship thingy and closed the door behind them. Hopefully they'll get out of this mess. Oh well, I can already see George and her. Oh well, are they hiding? I guess they're hiding. Inside the spaceship, George, Harold, and Captain Underpants discovered a refrigerator filled with strange juices. What? Look, said George. Here's a carton of anti-evil zombie no juice. How convenient! And look at this, said Harold, a carton of ultra-nasty self-destruct juice. Now this could come in handy. And look what I found, said Captain Underpants. A whole carton of extra-strength superpower juice. Hey, give me that, said George, snapping the carton out of Captain Underpants. Chapter 18. Space Slaves. Suddenly, the door of the spaceship swung open, and the three evil space guys slithered inside. "Step away from that refrigerator," screamed Jennifer, "and get into that jail cell." George and Hal hid their juice cartons behind their backs, and our three heroes stepped quickly into the jail cell. Wait, is that a trap? Zork started up the engines and the spaceship lifted off. It rose a few hundred feet in the air and hovered over the school. "You three punny earthlings are very fortunate," said Jennifer. "You will get to witness the destruction of your planet from the safety of your jail cell. Afterwards, you will have the honor of being our obedient space slaves." "Oh man," said George and Hal. "Quickly, Clack," said Jennifer. "Let me a carton of super evil rapid growth juice from the refrigerator. We can pour it into our spray gun and shower it upon our evil zombie nerds." The Big Switcheroo, Chapter 19. Slacks returned with a carton of super evil rapid growth juice and placed it on the control panel. "Soon," said Jennifer, "Earth will be ours." I don't think so. The three aliens threw back their heads and laughed and laughed. Suddenly, George got an idea. Hopefully it's a good idea. Not when they do those things and those. He whispered to Harold for a second or two. Then he quietly reached through the bars of the jail cell and swiped Clux's carton of super evil rapid growth juice. George carefully peeled the label off the carton and stuck it over the label of his ultra nasty self-destruct juice. While he was busy doing that, Harold reached through the bars and switched the labels of the spray gun and the fuel tank. Finally, George reached back through the bars and poured his carton of ultra-nasty self-destruct juice, which now read super evil rapid growth juice, on the control panel. "I don't get it," whispered Captain Underpants. "The fuel tank now says spray gun, and the spray gun now says fuel tank, and the rapid growth juice has been replaced with self-destruct juice. What it all mean?" "You'll find out," said Harold. "Be quiet, guys. They might know us. And also click the subscribe button." When the three evil space guys had finished laughing from her fancy, Jennifer reached for the carton that read super evil rapid growth juice and poured it into the nozzle that's red spray gun. "Oh, I get it," said Captain Underpants. "That space guy didn't pour growth juice into the spray gun. He poured self-destruct juice into the fuel tank." "Yep," George said sadly, "and that means the spaceship thingy is going to explode into millions of pieces." "Right," said Harold gloomily. The spaceship began to splutter and shake as smoke billowed out of the control panels. Soon sparks were flying and ceiling tiles were falling. Captain Underpants smiled proudly because he had figured out George's plan, but his smile didn't last long. "Hey!" he cried. "We're in the spaceship thingy. What's gonna happen to us?" We had to sacrifice ourselves to save the world, said George. I'm afraid we're not going to make it. Of course we'll make it, cried Captain Underpants. We got wedgie power on our side. Captain Underpants grabbed the roll of toilet paper from the JSA laboratory. Why does Captain Underpants use wedgie power? I don't like wedgie power. We could swing to safety on this, he said. You can't swing on toilet paper, said Harold. Sure I can, said Captain Underpants. I just did it in my last comic book. I guess. Remember you looked at part 3 or part 2? Then that time, there was a comic book of the lunch ladies. Going into that comic book, the lunch ladies in Captain Underpants, he swung him back to safety that time. That was the toilet roll. Just to give you a quick reminder. Captain Underpants opened the jail cell window and tossed the toilet paper into a tall tree below them. Come on, fellas, he said. Let's swing out of here before the spaceship explodes. That toilet paper won't hold you, said George. It's not strong enough. Sure it is, said Captain Underpants. It's 2-ply. Oh, come on. George and Howard grabbed Captain Underpants' cape. Don't jump, they cried, but Captain Underpants wouldn't listen. He jumped out the window with George and Harold still climbing to his cape. Ah! They screamed as they fell to the ground and were killed instantly. Splat! Just kidding. Of course, the toilet paper could not support the weight of our 3 heroes, and for a moment, it looked like they were doomed. Kaboom! But suddenly, Captain Underpants' red polyester cape opened up like a parachute. Pop. George, Harold, and the waistband, the warrior floated down safely as the spaceship above them exploded. Kaboom! Cried Harold. We're not gonna die! We're not gonna die! Oh, said George. Maybe we are. Chapter 21. The dangerously deliriously dangerous death-defying dandelion of doom. Yes, he'll doom you. Or the question is Captain Underpants going to be gone forever? Is the dangerous death-defying dandelion of doom Captain Underpants? Or is it the opposite, when Captain Underpants doomed the dangerously dangerous death-defying dandelion of doom? We're gonna find out in part 5. Okay, I'm just kidding, okay? We're gonna find out now. George, Harold, and Captain Underpants floated downward, directly into the waiting jaws of the dandelion of doom. Oh man, cried Harold, we could have gotten killed in a cool exploding spaceship, but instead we're gonna get eaten by dandelion. How humiliating. Yeah, George moaned. People are going to be giggling at our funerals. I don't think so. The dandelion munched Captain Underpants and swung George and Howard around like a couple of rag dolls. The 2 boys fell off and landed on the roof of the school. Help me! Screamed Captain Underpants as the dandelion of doom swung him back and forth. What should we do? Cried Harold. I've got an idea, said George. It's a bad idea and I know we're going to regret it, but we've got to act fast. The fate of the entire planet is in our hands. The next time the giant evil dandelion lurched towards the boys, George poured some extra strength superpower juice into Captain Underpants' mouth. "What do you think is going to happen now?" asked Harold. "I don't know," said George, "but I have a feeling it's gonna involve incredibly graphic violence." Chapter 22, the incredibly graphic violence chapter, part 2 in Flipperama. Warning, the following chapter contains scenes of very unpleasant nature. All nastiness was performed by a qualified stuntman and a licensed stunt plant. Do not enter to battle giant evil dandelions at home. Even if you have recently consumed extra strength superpower juice, such behavior could result in serious boo-boos. The National Board of Boo-Boo Prevention. What are you even talking about? Flipperama, when dandelions attack. The wedgie weed whacker. Hooray for Captain Underpants. The 23rd chapter. Captain Underpants, with the help of his newly developed superpowers, had defeated the seriously dangerous, death-defying dandelion of doom. Now the only thing left to do was to stop the evil zombie nerds. "Oh, how are we going to conquer the evil zombie nerds?" asked George. "How will we ever change them back to normal?" "Well, we could try this anti-evil zombie nerd juice," said Harold. George rolled his eyes. "I was hoping for something a little more dramatic," he said, "but we're running out of pages." "Yeah, I agree." So Harold mixed up a batch of anti-evil zombie nerd root beer and ordered everybody in the school to drink some. The evil zombie nerds lined up. "Must drink root beer," they moaned. "Must drink root beer." When the last zombie nerd had swallowed his last sip of root beer, George ordered Captain Underpants to get dressed back up like Mr. Crook. "But I'll lose my superpowers if I put on clothing," said Captain Underpants. "The power of underwear must be. Just put the clothes on, bub," George instructed. Captain Underpants did as he was told, and then George poured after water over the hero's head. "Now all we can do is wait," said Harold. "Wait and hope that everybody returns to normal." Chapter 24. To make a long story short, they did. And it's the next chapter. Chapter 25. Back to normal, hooray, said Harold. "It's great to have everybody back to normal." "Yep," said George, "that's for sure." But back to normal probably wasn't the best choice of words. For while the students and faculty facility were the same as they'd always been, something had definitely changed about Mr. Crook. Because from that day on, whenever he heard the sound of fingers snapping, snap, Mr. Crook not only turned back into you-know-who, in quotes, but he also had extra strength superpowers. And if you thought it was hard for George and Harold to keep up with him before, well, you ain't seen nothing yet. Oh no, screamed Harold. Here we go again, screamed George. Tra-la-la-la-la-la. Okay, before I end this story, no, this is not another book. If you see, this is not another book. I'm talking about it for real. It is Dogman, but in a comic book. Though it's not written by Dan Pikely. It's written by George Beard and Harold Hutchins, which is included in the book, of course. And actually, I love the color that it came. Dogman! Okay, let's stop. Dogman was the best cop of the world. Oh my gosh, this is awful writing. We love you, Dogman, but they had one weakness. Hey, Dogman, quit eating out of that garbage can, and quit rolling in that dead fish, and quit sniffing that other dog. Dogman was awesome, but he was sure stinky. You need a bath, Dogman. Oh, how come he ran away? You know all dogs hate baths. Oh yeah, I forgot. Here, Dogman. The cops searched the city, but they couldn't find Dogman nowhere. Soon the news reached Petty and at the jail. Awesome, now it's my big chance. If I could only reach that window, I could escape the jail. Hey, I got an idea. Flush the toilet got clogged and overflow. Soon, then, and so I'm free. Cat jail. Petty went on a crime spree. Haw haw. He robbed the banks. Oh man, he stole jewels. Gimme. No fair. He even hijacked cars. Stop beef, yeehaw. But no cops could ever catch him. Haw haw. Gee, I sure wish Dogman would come back. Me too. Meanwhile, Dogman was hiding in an alley. Then, Dogman felt ashamed. He knew he must be brave. So Dogman returned bravely to save the day. Dogman searched for Petty. So he picked up a trail. Sniff, sniff, sniff. It led straight to Petty's hideout. But it wasn't trapped. Guess what? It's bath time. Dogman got scared. Come and get her. He digged a hole away. Dogman digged and digged. Here I come. But Petticoat followed him down the hole. Dogman ducked at the way under the zoo. He came up in the cage. The Dogman liked stinky stuff, but that was too much. Poony reek! Let me out of here! Petty ran off the hole, right into a cop's net. Gotcha! You going to jail, Buster. Rats! Okay, let's do. Okay. I'm trying to hold this. It's hard to do it. Okay. Thank you for watching. We finally completed the whole book. We're gonna move on to a new book. And we'll find some preparations. So thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, and turn on for post notifications. See ya. Family Skills Time out.